Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm with my friend Alberto here from
Smile Machine Garage.
There you go. I'll put his link down below so you guys can follow all his videos. We're gonna be working on his Challenger. We're gonna install the RIPP kit on it. Should be a pretty easy install, so let's get started. You excited?
I'm excited, man.
Alright, let's start. Right, taking off the bumper is pretty easy. Just remove the top covers and then move the wheel liners a little bit so you can access the two bolts that go on each side of the fender. Also, there's some bolts underneath the bumper. It's pretty easy to remove, so I'm not going to include it in this video. We're going to be taking the intake manifold first, and then a set of Phillips screws all around. And this bolt right here should be a 10. I just also just twist it and pull it out. Pretty easy. Alright, that's the intake remove right there. We're gonna move on to removing the whole intake manifold. There's gonna be some T-Torx screws on there. And I think it has a bracket on this side and on the back. Yeah, the bracket's right here. So remove these nuts right here. And I'll clip all wiring connectors. Alright, now that the intake is off, we're gonna be removing the fuel rails and changing the spark plugs. Spark plugs are pretty easy. It's a maintenance item. To remove the rails, it's just 4 Torx, those 4, and then just pull it straight up. The coils don't matter where they go. Just take them out. It doesn't matter where they go back in. They're all the same. Alright, the spark plugs are gonna be a 5/8 socket. Pretty easy to take out. One on each pull. And I'm gonna use a magnet to push them out.
No, I do probably just use a weld back.
Or that.
Huh?
Or that. Make sure the spark plugs are pre-gapped to 32 thousandths of an inch. That's better for boost applications. Just click it in place and then drop it in. Make sure your seat's all the way. Make sure you hear that click. Okay, now we got the injectors and the coils in. We're gonna move on to moving the crossover. We got a metal one, and that also relocates the thermostat housing to the other side. Thermostat is just these 2 bolts. Let it drain. Use a catch pan down below, and then remove all these bolts right here once you're done. Alright, after removing the housing for the crossover, we're gonna remove the pulley right here. We're gonna remove the belt with the tensioner, and then we're gonna remove this pulley right here. It's a 13. We're also gonna be taking off this screw right here, this bolt, and these 2 on the top.
Keep in mind I'm only using the 2 nuts to tighten down the stud. The actual way it's supposed to go is the spacer by itself, then the supercharger bracket on it, then a nut on top of it. After that you're gonna put the hose bracket and then the second nut.
We're gonna RTV. That's gonna be our new gasket. This one doesn't have room for a gasket, so we're gonna use RTV. Right now that we got the engine all back together, we removed this top piece. It's just the 4 clips right here, and then it has the clips on the front of this somewhere. It's a core support. We're gonna move the radiator forward. It's just 2 tenths on each side, and you pull it and put the spacers on there. And this is 4 clips. Pull it down, pull it up down here, and it comes off. After removing that front plastic piece and the plastic in front of the bumper, we're gonna remove the core support. Gotta take off both horns, the latch. It just tends all across, and pop the wiring. The wiring, you gotta just pull on it to get it all free. There's gonna be 2 15s right there, 1 of them right there, and then also on top of here you're gonna have a 10, 1 on each side. And lastly, you're gonna have this bracket. This sits right here, like that. So you're gonna have that number 8. You're gonna remove this bracket, and then you're gonna have a 10mm right here, right in the middle. And you just lift the fender up, and now this is all free. Only thing left to do for this to be able to come out is to unclip the brake lines from right here and right here. This should all be able to come out for us to cut it. So core support upside down with template. We don't know what we're doing, but okay.
The instructions say to drill out the welds on the crash bar, but we're already using a grinder, so that's what we use to take it off.
Nice.
¿Y estas madres? Ya no.
I don't think so. Well, this one.
Sepa la verga. Weight reduction.
Weight reduction.
So a piece of advice that I can give anybody with one of these kits is I've seen the drain line leak after oil changes. It's either not tight enough or it's just the damaged fitting. So I recommend passing the line through this hole right here by the oil filter, and that will prevent it from leaking. That will prevent your supercharger from running dry and then you having to change all the bearings and seals like I did, which is not fun or cheap. When you place the supercharger bracket on, place it on top of the spacer on the bottom, then the nut. The second nut is to hold the hose bracket. If you install it incorrectly, your belt will slip and shred in just a couple seconds. Here's the diagram of the belt routing if anybody needs it. Just pause the video.
¿Sí? Ya. Todo. Out of the hose that comes from the back, we're gonna put a T. That's the hose I used to go right here. Just cut it in half with the T that's supplied, and then there's a vacuum hose that goes to the diverter valve, whatever it's called. Don't tighten anything until you have all the piping done. That way everything's easy to move and adjust. And once everything's on, you can tighten it.
Está pegando con este güey.
After you have the piping set, don't forget to put your ambient temperature sensor right there. Also your RIPP included map sensor in there. If you don't put the RIPP sensor in it, you will have misfires and it won't run right.
So what are we doing?
Tightening up all the piping so we don't have any boost leaks. Just binding up everything that's left.
And then we're gonna start it.
Hopefully tonight. I drove here and I want to drive it back. So.
One day?
One day today.
Nice. One of the last steps that we're gonna do is take off this plug. That's just a shipping plug so it doesn't leak, but if you guys leave it on, it will blow the seals out on the supercharger. So this is what you're supposed to have. The vent plug. Make sure you don't lose the O-ring.
Make sure you're using the proper oil. These units are self-oil. You don't need to connect your car's oiling system. It has its own lubrication. but make sure you use the correct one. It takes a full bottle. After 500 miles, if you have a new unit, you need to do the braking oil change.
Alright, we're all done putting it all back together. That's how it's looking. Nice. Now the only thing left to do is going to be to install the tune. Just working on it now. Alright, we're all done, guys. It was a pretty easy install. Car's all done. I'll put some clips on the video. What do you think?
That's amazing. I like it. It's a big difference.
Alright, if you guys want to see more of the car, it's going to be on his channel.
Yeah, it's Mount Machine Garage.
Alright, link is going to be down below. And don't forget to subscribe, ring that bell, and more videos to come, guys.